The Impact Award was created as a way to honor one of our former female student athletes that has gone on after their playing days and has continued to work in the sports industry or simply to promote girls and women in athletics. Lynn Holzman, as the Vice President of Women's Basketball at the NCAA, is the perfect recipient for this award. She has on a daily basis fought for and championed women in sports and has just been an incredible advocate for many, many years, fighting for Title IX. And I think you're starting to see some of the fruits of her labor with women's basketball, with the crowds that we're seeing and just the interest in women's basketball in general.
I mean, frankly, my experience at Kansas State, there's some of those things that now, when you look at college athletics, for example, there's different opportunities and different consciousness around the student athlete voice, gender equity, and otherwise. The fact that I experienced some of that inequity, the fact that I experienced myself or the teammates asking questions of why does women's basketball and our women's sports have these limited opportunities, but yet we're investing more in football and men's basketball. And those are really, I think, appropriate, respectful questions to ask. But those are things in particular, as I've continued to work in college athletics and serving in leadership capacities, has continued to enable me to challenge the status quo. That's really at the level that I'm at the national office, is that there's only so many things that we can influence and control. And I think part of the self-awareness is to recognize that. We're going to listen to our student athletes as they say what they want to, for their lives after they finish playing collegiate women's basketball. So to play a role within all of that is something that I'm proud of. Obviously, being an alum of Kansas State and also the women's basketball program and everything, and how this is associated with just the recognition and continued enhanced visibility of women in sport, to receive that from a school again and from a program that transformed my life, that means a lot. And through this, just being able to use receiving the award as a platform to continue to further, to talk about women's basketball and the value of women's sports overall, and welcoming everyone to the party now that supports what we're doing in women's sports and women's basketball. It's a great honor.